This is Jam Nation.
With Jonesy and Amanda.
Chris MINNS is the leader of the New South Wales Labor Party, and he's making news this morning declaring that if he's elected next year, he wants mobile phones banned during the day at high schools. I don't think there's anyone who'd disagree with this, but is it actually possible? Chris MINNS joins us now. Good morning, Chris.
Good morning, Amanda. Good morning, Jonesy.
Chris, how are you?
Yeah, really good. Doing a beautiful morning here in Cogra.
Beautiful.
Well,
loving it.
It isn't not raining. I can't even look out the window from here. No, it looks okay.
We pulled all the curtains down in the studio.
I know, to make it dark. I'm like a budgie locked in,
for
Chris.
our online content.
You're missing a great day. I'm sure you'll get into it soon.
I will eventually get into it. So, Chris, what's your research telling you about what's at stake if we don't do something?
Yeah, this is a good question, Amanda. So in the UK, it's optional for schools to ban mobile phones in high school or not. So they've got a lot of data that indicates whether it's a good thing to do within a high school because they can compare schooling communities. And they've shown with studies that there's for 16-year-olds, a 6.4% increase in results for standardised testing, which is the equivalent of 5 extra school days, and the gains were highest amongst the lowest academic achievers. So I don't think there's any doubt that mobile phones and social media in particular are a huge distraction in the classroom, and I think it's almost impossible for a teacher to work out whether a student is solving a complicated calculus problem on the phone or checking a TikTok update or texting a friend.
Yeah, and it seems odd to me that this is allowed, that you can have a mobile phone in school. But as you say, my son, when he was at school, my youngest son, he had a tablet that he did all his homework on. And a lot of the times I'd be watching him and I'm thinking, is he doing homework or is he doing school? And then sometimes I say, that's not a face of that's a face of enjoyment. That's not a face of homework.
But during the lockdown and kids doing their schooling from home, the technology saved everyone.
Absolutely, and obviously technology has to be part of the average school day, and many students rely on computers and tablets to get that done. But texting kids in classrooms or getting onto social media sites is not education. And look, I just feel that the New South Wales government's approach to this is to say, we don't want to ban it, we want to plot and help students have healthy phone habits. I just don't think it's going to happen. You can't have young people who don't have the discipline or maturity to deal with sophisticated technology that's actually designed to keep them on the device. I know many adults that find it almost impossible to put down their mobile phone. Heaven help young children who don't have the maturity to judge the difference between working on a math problem or a Shakespeare issue or having to deal with social media issues and the sum total of human knowledge in someone's back pocket.
So logistically, how hard would it be you have to pass a law? So that sounds pretty hard.
No, I mean, it's really simple in terms of the New South Wales State Department schools. We would just ban it inside New South Wales public schools. In high school in particular, it's already banned, it should be said, in New South Wales primary schools. We'd leave it up to schools as to whether students have to hand their phone in the morning or put it in their bag and not be able to access it during a school day. But I have to say, I've had teachers tell me that in many cases, students will just take out their mobile phone in the middle of class. It's impossible for a teacher to determine whether this is actually educational related or they're jumping on a TikTok video.
Wow.
So if they're all banned, then there's no excuse for anyone to take it out of their bag.
Obviously, we need to make sure that there's exemptions for those who, for example, are monitoring blood sugar levels or have a heart condition or there's some kind of medical exemption. Most of those technologies are actually associated with smartwatches rather than mobile phones, but we need to make sure those exemptions are in place. And I should also tell you that this has happened in Western Australia, Victoria, and South Australia is about to implement the change as well. So we can borrow from those jurisdictions, work out what's working in the classroom and make sure our students aren't disadvantaged as in relation to the other states.
I know it's easy to feel like the genie's out of the bottle and we can't really do anything, but we spoke to Johan. What was Johan's last name? He had a book about how hard it is for us, Johan Hari, how hard it is for us to focus. And it's really not our fault. Kids, teachers, parents, politicians, everybody, because of all the technology. But he said we have to remember humans have been alive for millions and millions of years. The technology is new. We can still shape how we deal with it.
It's only been around for 10,000 days.
We are in control of it. We seem to lose sight of that, don't we?
Absolutely, and children have malleable brains. It's really crucial for learning. That's exactly how young people learn the skills and educational information that they need to survive, but it's also ripe for manipulation, and I'm really concerned that young children are guinea pigs almost the big social media firms. They're the first generation to go through this, and we've got no idea what the long-term impacts will be for the younger generation. So if in doubt, let's protect them. This is a good first step in making sure that we focus on education and make sure that technology, which is useful in many instances, is not adversely affecting children's education.
When I was at school, you couldn't even have a calculator.
No,
And
we
the
weren't
only-
allowed to have a
The only thing I
calculator.
did for my calculator was write boobs on it.
That was how you did your HSC, wasn't it?
That was my major work. That was pretty much
If you put that into a smartphone, Jonesy, you're in big trouble.
big
I know.
trouble.
He just wrote it out by hand.
And that's why you're running as leader of the opposition and not me, Chris. But you're doing the good work, mate. Thank you so much.
Thanks,
Always
Thank
great
you,
to
man.
catch up with you. The Honourable Chris Minns there. Thank you.